Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dion's Daily Dose. Today is Thursday, October 8th, and here we are. This is the new camera. It is HD, but obviously there's a distinct quality difference between this camera and the one on my phone. Uh, what do you think? Unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck when it comes to using this camera for my short issue single issue videos because trying to use the one on my phone, for whatever reason, it won't attach via USB to the computer. It'll only do it via Wi-Fi, and it's causing tiny little hitches. But at least this is smooth. I don't see any. I don't see any lag. I don't see any issues. Again, it's not super high quality compared to, but I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about this camera compared to the other one? You think it's okay enough that at least I can do the? Oh, Connie, I am stuck. What are you stuck at, Connie? Are you talking about this one or? Because obviously the other camera is significantly higher quality. It's like more zoomed out. You get more of a view of the room. This one's kind of zoomed in, and I had the light up, and it made my face like super red for some reason. Uh, I'm not thrilled with it, but it's definitely smoother. So I don't know. I think I'll use it. Definitely going to use it for doing my single issue videos. It's not phenomenal, but the question is, do I use it for my dailies or do I use my phone camera? I'm really leaning towards the phone camera, even with the occasional hiccups. I'm also going to see if any of you know any good software that allows you to use an Android phone as a webcam via USB. Let me know. I'm willing to pay a few bucks if that's what's needed. Right now, I'm using what's it called, Droid Cam. Yeah, Jack says focus is better. Colorization needs a little help. I would agree. Um, yeah, it doesn't blur when I move. There's that. Um, it's not bad. I mean, here's the thing. I don't need it to be super HD or anything like that. Uh, Part of the issue I think that was causing so much lag on my camera is the fact that it's like an 8K camera. So there's tons of pixels. Uh, Colorization. I wish there was a way to adjust the color on it. I'll have to check into that because it does. I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to turn the light up here. Oh, look how red it makes my face look. It's like, oh. Anyway, it looked like I washed my face with a Brillo pad or something. So here's the deal. I got a bunch of new stuff to talk about. First of all, I'm sure you've heard the presidential debate. Second one is not going to be happening. There is so they wanted to make it virtual instead of having an actual debate, and Trump's like, no, that's dumb. I'm not going to do that. I don't really blame him, but his decision, that was his choice. Fine. But unfortunately, since they insist on it being virtual, since they insist on that's the only way they're going to move forward with it. Oh, Jack says as I lean back, it's better. So maybe a reflection. It might be. Uh, we can roll with this. I'm going to use this tonight anyway. But let me know whether you think current or phone camera. Uh, so here's our options. I currently have a watch party / meet and greet scheduled for Westville for the date of the debate was supposed to be held, which is 1 week from today, on Thursday the 15th. I also have one scheduled for Michigan City the following week. So the 15th in Westville, the 22nd in Michigan City. Here's my options and here's my thoughts. So we can do option A, which is go ahead and host the event in Westville. We can have the meet and greet, shorten it to not include the big debate watch party. We've already reserved it, but we haven't spent a bunch on it. We can do that. Or we can Option B, I think, is uh, have the meet and greet and do something else afterwards. Have a video game tournament. Have like heck, play some Monopoly, whatever, to kind of fill the time. Or C, we can cancel that debate, get as much of our money back as we can, or excuse me, the debate watch party, get as much money back as we can, and throw everything into Michigan City on the 22nd. Let me know when you watch this video. Just put a quick A, B, or C. A, quick short meet and greet in Westville. B, meet and greet plus do something else instead of the debate watch party where we play a game or do something else, whatever. Or C, save that money and put it towards making Michigan City's event much bigger, much better. Let me know. I don't know if you guys saw this. I just posted this. I know Connie saw it because she liked it, the post. But this mayoral candidate in Texas was arrested for voter fraud. He had tons of ballots in his house, 25, I believe it was. They charged him with like 80-something counts of here, I want to show you. Yeah, there it is. Texas mayoral candidate arrested. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is CBS. Okay, charged with 100 plus counts. Here it is. Oh, no, wrong one. All right, there it is. I'm going to show you. There. Thank you, Sean, for that. There it is. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's an ad on the screen right now, but here, I'll show you. This guy, Zul Mirza Mohammed, which sounds, oh, wait. Is this the guy? Denton County, yeah. Charged him with 109 felonies. Is this the right one? Is there another one? I think this is him. So he got a P.O. box, and he filled out 80 plus. There it is, 84 counts of fraudulent use of a mail ballot application. City of Carrollton, Texas. He was arrested and taken to the Denton County Jail. 25 counts of unlawful possession of ballot envelope without request of voter, and 84 counts of fraudulent use of mail ballot application. The fact that we caught it this time doesn't mean it hasn't happened in elections past. I'm sure it has. Just people are paying more attention. I think election officials are paying more attention. I think they're keeping a closer eye on it. I personally believe voting by mail is a dangerous thing, Murphy said. So there you have it. Yeah. Wow. Right. That's a lot. That's over 100. Now, I'm glad they caught him. I'm glad they're prosecuting him. Let's keep a close eye on that, though, to make sure that continues. And let's make sure that justice is served in this case, because regardless of how you feel about mail-in ballots, this is blatantly illegal, blatantly against the law. So let me know what you think about using this camera. Just say cam or phone. Cam, I will assume you mean this camera. Phone is my other camera, which you've seen on my other videos. Much higher resolution, but it does have a little bit of lag now and then. I think this might work. I don't look as good. I'm not as cute as I was on the phone camera, but that's okay. It's not a race for cuteness. It's a race to be a representative. Right, Dave. Yeah, Dave, you're absolutely right. Dave says, "Oh, come on, man." See if I can do it. Come on, man. Vote fraud by mail doesn't exist. I can't do his voice. Come on, man. It says, come on, man. Come on, man. Connie says, Mervan asked Governor Holcombs for mail-ins. Ooh. Speaking of Mervan, I ran into Ann Leyva at the Duneland Chamber of Commerce candidate forum yesterday morning. And I have the videos for that. I cannot play them for you. If I was in Facebook only, I could. But since I'm streaming to YouTube, if I try to play a YouTube video for you, I'm going to get a strike. and I can't afford to get my account. Oh, speaking of strikes and accounts. So listen what happened on my Twitter, right? Those of you who pay attention to my personal Facebook page know that I was sending out some messages, putting some posts during the vice presidential debate about Kamala's lying self and some of the stuff that she said, like her husband walking up there with a mask. Doesn't he live with her? Like, why is he wearing a mask? How much more ridiculousness can we take? Anyway, I was going to tweet some of the things that I said on my Facebook. I go to do so, and all of a sudden, once again, now remember, this happens all the time. I'm asked to verify that I'm not a robot with my Twitter account. It asked me for verification. Normally, it's the CAPTCHA, right? The CAPTCHA or whatever. You got to do that. I'm not a robot. Yeah, this has a piece of a stoplight in it or a stop sign or this or that. You got to hit the stupid sections. Oh, so frustrating. So I had to do that. I go to my account to tweet. It says, "Oh, you got to verify you're not a robot." I'm like, "All right, here we go with the caption." No, it says we're going to send you we're going to call you, and you have to take the verification code and put it in. I've had that like once before, a long time ago. So I'm like, fine, send me, call me, whatever. And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. I never got a phone call, so I do it again. Still no phone call. I did it. I'm like, come on. I took a break for a little while. I'm like, whatever. I'll get back to it later. Go back to it. Same thing. Still no phone call. Over and over, I'm telling them, hey, I'm not getting a phone call. Call me so I can get this over with. Long story short, it tells me I have reached the maximum number that I can't have them call me anymore. I'm like, you didn't call me at all. You never called me, not once. Hello, McFly. So now I can't post, I can't tweet, I can't go into my account. Anytime I try to go into it, it takes me immediately to that. And when I say, okay, call me, it says you've reached the maximum number. So I think this is what they're starting to do with conservatives now, because I haven't heard anyone else that has this problem. What can I say? I'm too witty for Twitter. Right? That's all there is to it. They're afraid of me. That's what it is. It's election interference, right? It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Why do we have to go through this? And when I go to additional help, right, they're like, oh, we'll try to help you in a few days with the support. Whatever. It's so ridiculous. But let me get the links. Oh, yeah. So the wife reminded me. So I go to this candidate forum, which I'll give you the link to watch those videos. I personally, I'm going to go ahead and give you Connie, thank you. I appreciate that. Connie says, I think you're handsome. If Liz dumps you, let me know. Just kidding. Thank you. I appreciate that. So while I was there, unfortunately, Leva showed up late, but at least he didn't cut in front of the camera. My opponent showed up late and cut right in front of the camera while I was doing my speech. Anyway, you can see her. Anyway. I'm not going to say anything negative about my opponent other than I felt her speech was uninspiring. There were no valid reasons given why people should vote for her. And one of the things, which I will give you the link so you can see it yourself. She says she didn't even want the job in the beginning. But now that she's there, she'd like to do it again. What? Okay. So Mervan comes in, and of course he's doing his thing. He's going up to, hi, I'm Frank Mervan. I'm, running for this, and I'm going to be that, and blah, 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 blah. I wish that Leva would have gotten there earlier, because he could have followed right behind him and introduced himself. But it is what it is. So I'm talking to him. I said, hey, congratulations on your primary win. Thank you. He's talking to Mike Fish, who's running for judge. Mike was sitting next to me, and he starts talking about how the debate, right? Well, I told him, I said, hey, I think he did a good job at the debate, which I do. I think overall he looks like he was prepared. It looks, whether you think he was over prepared or not is another thing. But he said, man, they're really serious about those time limits, aren't they? And I said, yeah, they are. They really, you go over time, they'll cut you off quick, which is true. Did anybody else have an issue with time other than him? I don't think so. I was asking the wife. He's used to being able to just go on as long as he wants and nobody tells him anything. He did it several times at the forums that I went to. He would just go on as long as they would let him. And he's like, man, they cut you off quick. And some of these questions, they're like 15-minute answers they need to be, and they only give you a minute or 2 minutes or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, they'll cut you off and are quick. That's, unfortunately, you got to abide by the same rules other people do. I know it's shocking. Like at the forum that we went to in Chesterton at the high school, we were instructed all candidates stay seated. They were very adamant about that. We were like, we'd like you to be able to do this, but everybody has to stay seated. He got up, took his jacket off, walked around right up to the edge. I'm like, wait a minute. So personally, I was annoyed. I was very annoyed because I look a lot better standing up giving a speech as well, but everyone else followed the rules.
I'm greatly annoyed by how much he says he helps people but left my family.
Oh, other thing. So, look, I'm just going to put this out there. So he likes to talk about how much he is the North Township trustee, right? Well, one of my wife's clients, a 10-year-old girl, passed away. She contacted the North Township trustee's office for assistance with the funeral. They never even bothered to return the phone call. The more than once you called,
yeah,
right?
And I said, if you can't help, at least.
Yeah, and they said if you can't help, at least point us in the right directions for someone who can. Nope. Nothing. Crickets and the clink of silverware. So, unfortunately, that's not something that I'm really happy about. It didn't have anything to do with us. I don't know if it was my wife's client for her job. So yeah, not cool, man. Not cool. Here's the thing, right? Had they actually done their job and at minimum call back and said, listen, we can't help with that, or here's someone you can call or something, then I would gladly get on here and say, hey, he did this or his office did that. So since they didn't, I'm going to gladly get on here and say they didn't do this and they didn't do that. That's, consequences. So anyway, what do you think about the watch party? Let me know. Postponing it or basically investing more heavily into the one in Michigan City, or should we do something with the one in Westville? Have it, shrink it, make it bigger, ABC on that one. And as far as the cameras go, let me know what you think. I'm going to have to use this one for the issue-oriented videos just because. But let me go ahead and drop those links in here for you. I have them. I'm going to go ahead and give you both of them. I'm actually going to give you the one for my opponent first, just because my wife believes that you should watch that one first, and then I'm on the wrong account. Hold on. You should watch that one and then mine so that you can get a better idea of what we're looking at here. Where'd it go? There's that one. Why is there? Oh, here it is. Okay. It was cut off. I got it though. All right. So boop, boop, boop. Here it is. Okay. So no. Okay, there it is. All right. So here's the link for my opponent and the speech that she gave at the Duneland Chamber of Commerce Candidate Forum. It is. Now, the order was I went, then Jim Biggs, Dion Bergeron, Jim Biggs, Pat Boy. That was the order. So there was one person in between myself and my opponent. But again, Liz believes that you can really understand more if you take them in the order that I am giving them, which is her, then me. You'll see during mine that, she walks right in front of my screen. And also, since I was the first one to go, I wasn't sure if these people would throw a fit if I took my mask off. So in the beginning, I had my mask on. When I went up there, some people freak out. Just take your mask off. So I do ask, hey, can I take this off? Because one of the rules of this thing was that everybody had to have a mask. So it is what it is. Again, as I mentioned in here, it is perfectly fine for businesses to have requirements for who they will serve, but I don't believe that government should be in charge of that. Now, let's see here. Connie says, Mervan is not the goody two-shoes he acts like he is. I've heard stories, so have I. So I ran across somebody today. I ran across a guy today who said that Mervan's sister was like a high school principal or something, and that she's like has zero sense of humor, none, and is just not a nice person. I don't know, but that's what they claim. Connie says, unusual for Mark to be late. I know because I have had to be ready early to go to all these events. I'm just saying, he unfortunately showed up late. He was even later than Boy wasn't? Oh,
I wasn't there.
yeah, she wasn't there. I'm trying to remember. I know, yeah, he was, because all the chairs were full by the time he got there. So he had to get a chair and put it by the coffee and stuff like that in the room. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm not sure, but if you look at either of the videos, you'll see the way that the camera's pointing and that area behind them, whomever you're watching right now, that area behind them is the little bar area. It's got it had coffee. It had there wasn't any food. I was expecting like donuts or something because we all had to pay $10 each to have this thing. But that area right there was where Mark sat. Again, I was hoping that he would have gotten there earlier so he could schmooze a bit. He left a stack of cards, which good, and there was a little area for the candidates to put their campaign information on, a little table right by the door. So I left my stuff and some cards, and Mark left some cards up there, so good deal. Did you, Connie, did you get the video that Mark did? It's like Duneland Chamber of Commerce. I don't remember if it's .com or .org. Do you know? They have all the candidates that were there that day, and you can watch them. I think unfortunately, I just don't think
.org.
It's .org. Duneland Chamber of Commerce.
No,
hold on.
DunelandChamber.org.
Okay, DunelandChamber.org. And it's right up at the top. Let me see. Let me make sure this is DunelandChamber.org. Yeah, okay. So if you go to DunelandChamber.org, the first page, it says Candidate Forum Videos. And then it has all of them listed. I highly recommend that you watch these because they're direct comparisons, right? For each race. You can see.
Buckley, they're not racing for the same thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but they're two different. What I'm saying is like they have them listed in the order of the office. So here, I'm going to share this. You know what? I'll just show you. Instead of trying to explain it, I'll just show you. All right, so here we go. Let's go back to this. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Apologies there. There we go. All right, so if you go to DunelandChamber.org, you can see here, scroll down, Candidate Forum Videos. The Duneland Chamber of Commerce does not support or endorse any political candidates. Now, bear in mind that the video that I did for there, right? I kind of thought that I would be addressing the chamber because that's who was hosting it. But that aside, look here, you like for your county offices, you've got now. Remember, this is Porter County. North District Commissioner, incumbent Jim Biggs versus Becky Mateja Lombardini. Okay. South District Commissioner Fred Martin versus incumbent Laura Sher Blaney. At-large County Council, incumbent Dan Witten, incumbent Sylvia Graham, and Susie Talevsky. Then you have the Duneland School Board, which is Tim McGinty and Monte Moffett. You have county judges up here on the right, Porter Circuit Court Judge. You've got the favorite incumbent Mary DeBauer, and then you have Mitch Peters. I will tell you that I have heard from tons and tons and tons of people that really just love Judge Mary. I don't know Mitch Peters, but I will say his speech was really good. Judge of Superior Court 1, Porter County Superior Court number 1, you've got Michael Fish and Matt Soliday. Both of these, or I should say neither of them are an incumbent. This is a new race, and I can tell you that I will definitely be voting for Mike Fish. Judge of the Superior Court number 4, you've got Chris Buckley versus incumbent David Chidester. Not sure how you say his last name. Federal and state offices, you've got state representative for District 9, obviously me, your favorite candidate, and incumbent Patricia Boyd. Now, I will tell you this. When you watch, I want you to stop and think about that you're watching being on the floor of the Indiana House of Representatives representing you. Think about this person getting up in front of all these people, all these representatives, getting up there and representing you and telling these people what they need to hear. Telling these people, let's pick a topic. Let's just say constitutional carry, for example. Let's say you're in favor of constitutional carry, or you're against it. Now imagine that the video that you're watching of this person, whether it's myself or Pat Boyd, imagine that person is your representative and is up there. It should or should not be passed. Imagine this person represents you. This person is your voice. Watch it and tell me who you would rather have as your voice. And last but certainly not least, one of the most important positions on the ballot, U.S. House of Representatives District 1, Mark Leva versus Frank Mervan. Connie said Judge Mary. Yes. Mary DeBauer, she is Porter Circuit Court Judge. She's very nice. I've watched a few of her videos. She's a sweetheart. But if you look, okay, so Connie said she got the video of Mark. But if you look at these videos, imagine this person as your representative. I think these are incredibly important votes if you live in Porter County, or for my race, if you live in District 9, or if you live in the 1st District, you should be absolutely aware of who these people are, and can they effectively argue for or against something on the floor of the Indiana House or the House of U.S. Congress. You have to ask that question. And you have to say, is this person effective? Can this person speak about what I want? Look, I like Mark Leva. I think that he needs to work on his speaking skills, but I think his heart's in the right place. I think he's honest. And I think he'll get the job done for us. He just needs the votes. One thing I will say about Mark is every single time I have called him, he has answered the phone. Well, I got his voicemail, but then he called me back. So I just want to be honest. He did call me back. And my brother-in-law, whom I trust implicitly says he's a good man. He's a good man and that he's honest. So that matters. And it matters to me far more than whether or not someone is an effective speaker yet. I think that we need to look. I'm going to say this. If Mark gets elected, I am perfectly willing to help him get better in front of a camera. He needs it. It's not a negative on him. It's just everybody's good at different things, right? I'm comfortable in front of a camera. I've been doing this for months now. Cameras don't bother me, but I'm perfectly willing to help him get better. But the important part is this person honest? And the answer is yes. Yes, Leyva is honest. There are some people that are still very upset that he won the primary. Look, I'm not happy I lost. Nobody's happy to lose, but I will tell you that I think he stands a really good chance this year. We'll see what happens, but if he wins, and especially if he wins and I don't, by all means, Mark, if you get a chance to watch this, or Connie, let him know. Pick up the phone. I'm more than happy to get you better in front of a camera and get you to where you can get your point across clearly, concisely, and with appropriate language. I think that's down here, though, on the importance scale. But I will say this. If you watch the difference between myself and my opponent, in my opinion, did not give a single good reason, much less a good reason, that they should, that people should vote for them.
And didn't even know their own office.
Yeah, they kind of stumbled over the wording. Again, that's less important than other things. But this person also needs to be able to get up there and say, hey, this bill is this. I'm voting for it because this. And especially if they're going to introduce legislation, they need to be able to argue effectively for that legislation. This person couldn't even argue effectively for why they should be elected. That tells me a lot. I have nothing against my opponent on a personal level, nothing. I disagree with her politically, obviously, or I wouldn't be running against her, but I don't feel that my opponent can effectively represent me in the Indiana House at all. All right, we're at the 30-minute mark, so I'm going to cut it here, but I'm going to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. There are a lot of good candidates on the ballot this year. There are a lot. And we need to help these people get elected. Going into the voting booth is not enough. We are up against big money. Frank Mervan, for example, has hundreds of thousands of dollars at his disposal. I don't know how much Mark Leyva has raised. I hope he's raised a lot. But help out. Up and down the ballot. If you can volunteer your time, reach out to their campaigns. Whomever you believe in, watch the videos. Up and down the board, watch the videos. Find the people that you believe are going to make the difference you want. And do what you can for them. Up and down the ballot, from school board to representative to president. Do what you can. If you have $5, donate it to their campaign. If you have no money, which, hey, I get it. I'm actually looking at a medical procedure pretty soon. It's going to be very, very expensive. So I understand, and I'll get into more of that soon once I kind of know what I'm going to do. But though it's no secret, I had surgery, a minor surgery, February. Was it? Yeah, in February. And there are now some issues with that surgery that have to be taken care of. Like I said, I'll get into more of that later. But I know what it's like to struggle for money. If you don't have money, volunteer your time. Knock doors for them. Make phone calls for them. Spread their message on Facebook. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family that live in the district. Tell them why you believe in this candidate. Be nice. Don't bash their candidate. Just tell them, hey, I think this person would make a better candidate because. Don't say that your person sucks because. Say, listen, I think my candidate would be better for this office because they really effectively tell the truth. They present good arguments. They all these things. Whatever it is for that position, focus on that and spread the word. It's going to take all of us up and down the ballot to get good people elected. It's listen. If you're already voting, if you've already voted and you cast your vote for me, thank you. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. I appreciate every single vote. If you have not voted yet and you're going to vote for me, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. If you are undecided, watch these videos. Watch them and you tell me which one would be better. One last thing before I log off and sign off, go to vote411.org. Vote411.org. And if you can put in my campaign address headquarters into the if for example you live outside my area, I'm going to give you the address. I'm going to type it into type here real quick. You can use this for the address when you go to vote411.org if you happen to live outside of my district. Go to vote411.org, put that address in, go to show me who's on my ballot, go to state representative for District 9, and just look at the answers. Just look at the answers side by side. If you can go to Ballotpedia or any of the other number of other ones out there, but they finally put my answers up for Vote 411, and personally I'm kind of proud of them. Watch the videos, look at the difference between the candidates, and decide. If you believe in someone, though, take the time to help. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, God bless you, God bless Indiana, and God bless the United States of America.